Okay, welcome viewers. This is question and answer program for Start for Management 2 on chapter 2. The direction is as usual. Choose the best answer. Question 1. Estimation in statistics refers to dash. A. Determining population parameter from the sample data. B. Collecting data from the population. C. Calculating variance only. D. Eliminating sample error. The answer for this question is A. Determining population parameter from sample data. Question number 2. A point estimate is dash. A range of possible values. B. A single value used to estimate a population parameter. C. A graphical representation of data. D. A hypothesis test result. The answer for this question is B. A single value used to estimate the population parameter. Question number 3. Which statistics is commonly used to estimate the population mean? A. Population variance. B. Sample mean. C. Population proportion. D. Standard error. The answer for this is B. Sample mean. Question number 4. A confidence interval is dash. A single estimate of a parameter. B. The difference between sample and population. C. A range of value used to estimate a parameter. D. Probability distribution. The answer for this question is C. Range of value used to estimate a parameter. Question number 5. The commonly used confidence level are dash. A. 80%, 85%, 90%. B. 90%, 95%, 99%. C. 70%, 80%, 95%. D. 85%, 90%, 92%. The answer for this question is B. 90%, 95%, 99%. Question number 6. For a 95% confidence interval, the z-value is approximately dash. A. 1.645, B. 1.96, C. 2.33, D. 2.58. You can check this from the table actually, so the answer for this question is B. 1.96. Question number 7. The population standard deviation is 12 and the sample size is 36. Find the standard error of the mean. So the standard error, which is equal to standard deviation divided by the square root of sample size n. So the standard error, which is equal to 12 standard deviation divided by the square root of 36, which is equal to 12 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. So the answer is B. The sample mean is 100. The standard deviation is 20. Sample size is 64. Find the standard error. So we can apply the same formula, and so standard error, which is equal to 20 standard deviation divided by the square root of 64. So here the standard error is 2.5. C. The sample mean is 60. The standard deviation is 12. The sample size is 36. With 95 confidence level, find the margin of error. The margin of error, which is equal to the value multiplied by standard error. So here the t value is 1.96 times by 12 standard deviation divided by square root of 36. So here the value is 3.96. So the margin of error is 3.96. So the margin of error must be which is equal to the value 1.96 times by the standard error. So we can calculate like this, and the answer is A. Question number 10. Which property ensures that an estimator expected value equal the true parameter? A. Efficiency. B. Sufficiency. C. Consistency. D. Unbiasedness. The answer for this question is D. Unbiasedness. Question number 11. An estimator that approach the true parameter as sample size increase is called dash. A. Efficient estimator. B. Consistent estimator. C. Biased estimator. D. Sufficient estimator. The answer for this question is B. Consistent estimator. Question number 12. The sample proportion is 0.6 and the sample size is 100. Find the standard error of the proportion. The standard error for the proportion is equal to square root of the square root of p into 1 minus p bar divided by n. So under the square root 0.6 times in bracket 1 minus 0.6 divided by 100. So under the square root 0.6 times 1 minus 0.6 is 0.4. So 0.6 times 0.4 divided by 100. So under the square root 2.4 divided by 100, which is equal to under the square root 0.0024, which is equal to 0.049. The answer is A. Question number 13. Which estimator uses all observation in the sample? A. Mode. B. Median. C. Mean. D. Range. The answer is C. Mean. Question number 14. A sample of 49 smokers has mean spending very 20 and standard deviation very 5. Find the standard error. The standard error for this is which is equal to standard deviation divided by the square root of n. So which is equal to 5. Standard deviation is 5 and sample size is 49. 5 divided by the square root of 49. So which is equal to 5 divided by 9, which is equal to 0.71. The answer is C. Question number 15. When n is small, sample size is less than 30 and standard deviation is unknown, which distribution is used? A. Normal distribution. B. chi-square distribution. C. Student t distribution. D. Binomial distribution. The answer is C. Student t distribution. Question number 16. The degree of freedom in the t distribution are calculated as dash. A. N plus 1. Degree of freedom which is equal to n plus 1. B. Degree of freedom which is equal to n minus 1. C. N degree of freedom which is equal to n minus 2. D. Degree of freedom which is equal to n. The answer for this question is B. N minus 1. Question number 17. If the sample size n is equal to 16, the degree of freedom is equal to dash. So degree of freedom, which is equal to n minus 1, which is equal to 16 minus 1, 15. The answer is B. Question number 18. Which statement about T distribution is correct? A. It has smaller variabilities than Z. B. It approaches normal distribution as the sample size increase. C. It used only for large sample size. D. It has mean equal to 1. The answer for this question is B. It approaches normal distribution as the sample size increase. Question number 19. If the allowable error is 100 and the value is 1.96 and the standard deviation is 400, find the minimum sample size. So the sample size, which is equal to the value times standard error, standard deviation divided by standard error and square the whole result. So sample size, which is equal to, in bracket, 1.96 times 400 standard error, standard deviation divided by 100 square the whole result. So n, which is equal to 7.84 square, which is equal to 61.46. So the answer is A, 62. Thank you viewers for attending this program. Question number 20. Increasing the confidence level will dash. A. Decrease sample size. B. Narrow the confidence level interval. C. Increase sample size requirement. D. Eliminate sampling error. The answer for this question is C. Increase sample size requirement. This is all about question and answer statistics for management. Thank you for attending, viewers. Thank you.